Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Easy English Talk. I'm Jason, your host, and as always, I'm here with my co-host, Julia. Hi, Julia.
Hi, Jason. Hi, everyone. We're so happy to have you with us today.
If you're new here, this podcast is all about helping you improve your English in a simple, practical, and friendly way, especially if you're busy or if you feel stuck with your English.
Yes, and today's topic is very exciting and very useful. We're talking about the fastest way to build English fluency in 2026.
That's right. A lot of learners ask us, how can I speak English faster? How can I become fluent without studying for many years? So in this episode, we're going to share modern, smart, and realistic ways to build fluency step by step.
And don't worry, this is not about learning thousands of grammar rules or memorizing long word lists.
Exactly. It's about learning the right way, not the old slow way.
So if you want to speak English more naturally, more confidently, and more fluently in your daily life, this episode is for you.
Grab a coffee, relax, and let's get started. So, Julia, before we talk about how to become fluent, I think we should first answer a very important question. What does fluency really mean in 2026?
That's a great question, Jason, because many learners still think fluency means speaking perfect English with no mistakes and a native accent.
Yes, and that idea actually stops many people from speaking.
Exactly. In 2026, fluency is not about being perfect. Fluency means you can express your ideas clearly, quickly, and comfortably, even if your English is not perfect.
So it's more about communication than correctness.
Right. It's about being able to have a conversation, explain your thoughts, tell a story, or share an opinion without stopping every 2 seconds to think about grammar.
And another big part of fluency today is speed of thinking. Not how fast you speak, but how fast your brain can create sentences in English.
Yes. When you stop translating from your first language and start thinking directly in English, that's when fluency really begins.
So, in simple words, fluency in 2026 means you understand English easily, you respond naturally, and you feel comfortable using English in real life.
Not perfect English, but useful English.
That's a very important point. Julia, now that we know what fluency really means, let's talk about why so many people struggle to get fluent.
Yes, and honestly, a lot of learners are still using old learning methods, memorizing long grammar rules, repeating word lists, and doing exercises in books.
Exactly. And the problem is these methods are slow and often not practical.
Right. You might know 500 words, but if you can't use them in a real conversation, they don't help much.
And many learners wait too long to start speaking because they're afraid of mistakes. They think, I need to be perfect first.
But that's the opposite of fluency. The old way focuses on perfection first, instead of communication first.
Also, passive learning, like just reading or listening without speaking, doesn't train your brain to form sentences fast.
Yes, fluency comes when your brain and mouth work together naturally, and old methods don't do that.
So in 2026, we need smarter, faster approaches methods that let you practice, speak, and think in English every day.
Exactly, and that's what we're going to show in the next sections, the modern, fastest ways to build fluency.
All right, Julia. Now let's get into something I like to call the new fluency formula. And it's really simple. Input, output, and feedback.
Yes, I love this formula because it's modern, practical, and works much faster than old methods.
Let's start with input. This is everything you listen to or read in English podcasts, videos, articles, even songs.
The key is to focus on things you actually understand and enjoy. Input gives your brain real examples of how English is used naturally.
Exactly. But input alone is not enough. That's where output comes in.
Output is when you speak or write in English. You take what you learned from input and actually use it.
Yes, this is the step most learners skip, but it's the only way to train your brain and mouth to work together.
And the third step is feedback. You need to know if you're making mistakes in pronunciation, word choice, or sentence structure so you can correct them.
Without feedback, you might keep repeating the same mistakes, and that slows fluency down.
So, when you combine input plus output plus feedback, your learning becomes fast, practical, and effective.
Exactly. It's like a cycle. Listen, speak, get feedback, improve, repeat. And if you do this consistently every day, fluency comes much faster than memorizing rules.
And the good news is, in 2026, there are many tools and methods to make all three steps easier and faster.
Yes, we'll talk about those next. Julia, now we get to one of the most important points. Daily speaking is the real shortcut to fluency.
Absolutely, Jason. Many learners focus on studying English for hours, but they forget one thing: speaking every day makes the biggest difference.
Even just 10 to 20 minutes a day of speaking can be more powerful than hours of reading or memorizing words.
Yes, and the key is consistency. It's not about studying for 5 hours once a week. It's about speaking a little bit every single day.
And don't worry about mistakes. In fact, making mistakes is a part of fluency. Every time you speak, you learn something new.
Exactly. Think of it like learning to ride a bike. You'll fall sometimes, but each try makes you stronger and faster.
Another tip is to speak with variety. Talk to different people, use different topics, and try real-life situations, not just textbooks.
Yes. And if you don't have someone to practice with, don't worry. You can talk to yourself, record your voice, or use AI conversation tools. Anything that gets your brain used to forming sentences naturally.
So the secret is simple. Speak every day, stay consistent, and embrace mistakes. That's how fluency accelerates in 2026.
Exactly. And later in the episode, we'll share a simple daily routine that combines speaking, listening, and feedback, a full plan you can start today.
Julia, one of the biggest advantages for English learners in 2026 is technology. AI, apps, and smart tools can make learning much faster.
Absolutely. In the past, learners were limited to books, classes, and maybe a language partner. Now we have AI chatbots, pronunciation tools, and personalized apps that help every step of the way.
For example, you can practice speaking with AI. You talk, it listens, corrects your mistakes, and even suggests better sentences. It's like having a personal tutor available 24/7.
Yes, and there are apps that analyze your pronunciation, give you instant feedback, and show your progress over time. You can practice difficult sounds until they become natural.
Another great thing is personalized learning. Modern apps can focus on your weaknesses, track the words you forget, and suggest exercises tailored for you.
Exactly. This means you're not wasting time learning things you already know. Everything is focused on what really improves your fluency.
And don't forget, AI tools aren't just for speaking. They can generate conversation topics, help with listening practice, and even create mini dialogues you can practice with.
The key is to use these tools consistently, just like daily speaking. Technology can speed up your learning, but you still need to practice every day.
So in 2026, if you use AI, smart apps, and tools properly, you can practice faster, get feedback instantly, and stay motivated all from your phone or computer.
Exactly. Technology is your secret weapon to become fluent faster than ever before.
Julia, one of the biggest barriers to fluency is translation. Many learners always translate from their native language to English.
Exactly, Jason. And this slows down your speaking because your brain has to work twice first in your own language, then in English.
Yes! In 2026, the fastest learners are those who think directly in English. They don't translate, they just respond naturally.
It might sound difficult at first, but there are simple ways to train your brain. For example, you can label objects around your house in English or describe your daily activities in English in your mind.
Another method is self-talk. Speak to yourself in English while cooking, walking, or commuting. Even short sentences like, "I'm making coffee," or "I need to reply to an email," help your brain think in English automatically.
Yes, and when you practice this every day, your responses become faster, your vocabulary grows naturally, and your sentences start forming automatically.
Also, try to think in English when you plan your day or solve small problems. Even simple thoughts like, "What should I eat today?" or "I need to call my friend in English" are training your fluency.
The more you practice thinking in English, the less you rely on translation and the faster your fluency develops.
Exactly. In 2026, thinking in English is one of the fastest shortcuts to fluency, and it works better than memorizing endless grammar rules.
So remember, stop translating, start thinking, start speaking. Your fluency will follow naturally.
Julia, now that we've covered thinking in English, daily speaking, and using smart tools, let's put everything together into a simple daily fluency routine.
Yes, this routine is short, practical, and easy to follow even if you're busy.
Let's break it down. Start with listening in the morning. You can listen to a podcast, watch a short video, or even listen to English music.
The goal is to expose your brain to real English, so you start your day immersed in the language.
Next, in the afternoon or whenever you have free time, spend 10 to 15 minutes speaking English. It can be talking to a friend, a language partner, or even yourself.
Yes, and don't forget to record your voice or use an app that gives feedback. This helps you correct mistakes and improve faster.
Finally, in the evening, do a quick review. Go over new words, phrases, or sentences you used today. Repeat them and try to use them again tomorrow.
Exactly. The routine doesn't need to take more than 20 to 30 minutes total, but if you follow it consistently, it's incredibly effective.
So to summarize, morning equals listening, afternoon equals speaking, evening equals review. Short, simple, but powerful.
And remember, consistency beats intensity. Doing a little every day is much better than doing a lot once a week.
Yes, this routine is the fastest, most practical way to build fluency in 2026. Julia, before we finish, let's talk about some common mistakes that slow down fluency.
Yes, the first one is waiting too long to speak. Many learners think they need to be perfect before talking.
Exactly. But fluency grows when you practice speaking, even if you make mistakes.
The second mistake is trying to learn too much at once. Memorizing long word lists or complex grammar rules can be overwhelming and slow progress.
Yes, it's better to learn small, useful chunks every day and actually use them in conversations.
Another mistake is focusing only on reading or listening. Without speaking and feedback, your brain doesn't learn to produce English quickly.
So the key is speak early, learn in small steps, and get feedback. Avoid these mistakes, and your fluency will improve much faster.
Exactly. Once you fix these, you'll see progress in a few weeks instead of months.
Julia, before we wrap up, let's talk about something very important: motivation and mindset.
Yes, learning English can be challenging, but the right mindset makes everything easier.
The first thing is consistency over intensity. Practicing a little every day is much more powerful than cramming for hours once a week.
Exactly, and don't worry about mistakes, they're signs of learning, not failure.
Another tip is to enjoy the process. Watch videos, read articles, or listen to podcasts that interest you. Fluency comes faster when learning is fun.
And finally, believe in yourself. Every small step, speaking a sentence, thinking in English, listening carefully brings you closer to fluency.
Yes, keep going, stay patient, and remember, fluency is a journey, not a race.
Exactly. With daily practice, smart tools, and the right mindset, anyone can become fluent faster than they think.
All right, Julia, let's quickly recap today's episode.
Sure, we learned that fluency in 2026 means clear, natural communication, not perfection.
We also talked about why old methods are too slow and how the new formula input, output, feedback accelerates fluency.
And don't forget the importance of daily speaking, thinking in English, and using AI tools to practice smarter.
Exactly. Plus, we shared a simple daily routine and the common mistakes to avoid.
So now it's your turn. Start small, speak every day, and enjoy the process. Your fluency will grow faster than you think.
If you found this episode helpful, like, share, and subscribe to our channel, Easy English Talk, for more tips on learning English in a smart and modern way.
And don't forget to practice today. See you in the next episode.